if you're doing the URA late, like after you have the IFU and a lot of the user interface defined, and then you're doing the URA, um, you're doing it in reaction. You're not. It's only informing. It can only inform what is continuing on in the design. But if you start that early, I mean, as soon as you start a product, you can start to identify what are the tasks that you're going to need users to do, and that can evolve over time. But if you're doing that early and mapping that early, that can help you drive decisions that you're making, not just about the IFU, but also potentially about your clinical study or your formulation, right? So if my users are going to need to set their own dose, um, what do I need to understand within the clinical so that I can select appropriate bands or whatever that support my medication, my users to use that medication, for example. So it can inform viscosity, it can inform your labeling, your packaging, all of that. And so starting it early helps also with that time consuming aspect of it. You're not trying to then lay it out when it is of minimal value. You're laying out and acknowledging what you know and you don't know from the beginning, and using it along the way. I also think that's key for the other thing that came up in the guidance was the potential for needing this documentation to support your drug product or pure drug or pure biologic. Um, if if you're evaluating these things early in the development process of both drugs and devices, um, then you would be capturing those considerations and driving that development of that product throughout. And then that can help you then decide, okay, so we understand the risks associated with use of this drug. Maybe the user needs to reconstitute it or something like that. And so is that a potential issue? You're assessing that along the way. And then based on your URA, you're going to say, okay, does the agency need to see this or not? Do I need to submit it with my submission? And so then it's just a question of risk, but you already have it captured.